Hello. Welcome to Jan's World live stream. I'm back with a vengeance and I'm ready to talk all things World Cup. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I hope you enjoy it here. We're a nice friendly group. We haven't spoken about the football yet, so tonight is the night. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have and to discuss World Cup 2018. So put down in the live chat what your views are about it and who's your favourite team, who's your favourite player. What do you think of VAR? And what do you think of the refereeing so far? Has it been any good? What's your take on it? Which country are you supporting? I'm supporting England because I have to, because I'm English. But it doesn't stop me enjoying some of the other football teams, the other countries. So we like a bit of music on our live stream. I hope you do too. I've got it all lined up here. And I can never find a piece of music when I want it, but it is lined up here. So come in, don't be frightened to speak to anybody. We're very friendly in here. Well, at least I am. Anyway. Hello, Tam, how are you? Are you good? Are you enjoying the football? Tam says Spain were lucky tonight. They were lucky. Do you know, I was thrown into confusion because I was in the car and the DJ said that Iran had beaten had beaten Spain 5-0. And I thought, well, that's odd because I didn't think that they were playing until later. So I don't know who this DJ is on, I think it was on Heart. And he definitely said that Spain were beaten 5-0 by Iran. Has that happened in the past? I don't know. Hello, Rai, how are you? So, I thought the Spain-Iran game was a bit disappointing. I was expecting better because Spain-Portugal was such a good match. It was the best match, I feel, so far in the World Cup. I thought it was amazing. And how much has Ronaldo improved? I think it's incredible. Even my teen said, I think he's getting better as he gets older. I mean, what is he? He's in his 30s now. He's just incredible. And I think what is so likeable about Ronaldo is his love, his passion for the game. You can see it. He is so passionate about it. You really sort of feel for him. I do anyway. And I think the team around him is better than it was in the last World Cup. I think they are better as a team because one person cannot be a team, whether they're Ronaldo or not. But he scored 4 goals in 2 games. That's good. That's amazing. What other teams are you liking? I'm really disappointed that Italy aren't there. I like Italy. I remember them from years ago. I'm going to try and think of some of their players' names now. I probably won't remember. Was it Mandini or something? Think of somebody else. But they used to have a really good team, Italy, and I used to like their way of playing. I thought they were similar to Spain. But so I'm quite disappointed they're not in the competition this year. What did you think of Iran? I was a bit bored by the game. Wasn't really paying that much attention to it. Tam says VAR was rubbish against England. I totally agree. Did they use the VAR in the English game? I don't think they did. I mean, how could they miss Harry Kane being, like, wrestled to the ground? It was ridiculous. What's the point of having this VAR if they're not going to use it? I just feel that that ref didn't like the English. He's not the first. We're not a very well-liked country, are we? I don't know why. But, yeah, I thought, I didn't like that refereeing at all. It was from Colombia, wasn't he? If I remember rightly. And I just thought it was a bad show, to be honest. I thought, you know, he missed, it was Harry Kane, wasn't it? He missed him being sort of rugby tackled in the middle of the penalty area. And yet, he gave a penalty to the other team for something that was way, way less criminal, football criminal, in my opinion, and most other British people's opinion, I would say. So, this year, Ireland, Scotland and Wales haven't got through, have they? So, it's all down to us. Guess where I went earlier? Mexico was good against Germany. I missed it. Oh, did I miss it? Who won? Who won that one time? Yes, it is quiet tonight, Rye. But people do like to watch the stream afterwards. So, you know, that's fine. It's just the way YouTube works. It's up to you guys. We're part of a team. It's up to you guys to start pushing. You know, when I put something up about, you know, the live stream, it'd be nice if you guys could then retweet it or something. I didn't go on Facebook tonight, though, I must say. I can't remember seeing the Mexico-Germany game. Oh, they won, didn't they? What am I talking about? They beat Germany, the current holders of the World Cup. Hi, Brandon. How are you? UK should bid for the 2030 World Cup. Yeah, I don't see why not. Isn't it Canada and America that have got it next time? My week's been busy, Rye. Very busy. I've had to finish. I mean, like, I've still got my art up at the moment. Because I'm still working on it. It's nearly finished. But I've still got work to do on it, and I haven't got my art studio anymore, so I have to do it in here, which is a bit of a pain. But never mind. Needs must. Hello, Ollie. How are you? Hope you're well. Oh, sorry I couldn't come on. Oh, where are we? Wednesday. On Sunday. I was up to my eyes. I was up there. There was just so much to do, and I just couldn't get round to doing the live stream. I do apologise to you because I know that you like me coming on and like our little chat. Yeah, I'm not too bad now, Ollie. I'm a little bit headache. I can't get rid of this blooming headache that I keep getting, which is you know, a bit of a pain, and I don't know whether it's sinuses or you know, whatever, but yeah, it's been a bit of a pain, and it's always been when I'm busy. Tam says ITV or BBC? BBC, without a shadow of a doubt. I like Gary Lineker. He's got Cesc Fabregas on there, hasn't he? Who I quite like. Who else has he got on BBC with him? Oh, I don't know. You'll have to write it down. Who else has he got? Oh, I can't remember now. And on ITV, we've got a better set. When I saw that set, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. It was a brilliant set. Wonderful. But then they have Ian Wright stuck there with these glasses. Can't somebody tell him he just looks ridiculous in those round glasses? They don't suit him. He looks terrible. And the other day they had this other guy in a different pair of glasses and they didn't suit him either. What's wrong with these people? Don't they have mirrors in the house? Just look terrible. So definitely BBC for coverage, definitely. No ads on BBC. That's true, Ollie, but then to be honest, when the match actually starts, they don't have ads anyway. Excuse me. How they do the ITV set. What was that, Tam? I thought it was really good. Brandon doesn't like match of the day. He likes Gary Lineker, but he says the guests are just rowdy and annoying. Do you think so? Which brings me on to something else that came about today, about Alan Sugar being accused of racism. Did anyone hear about that? He put a tweet up and he put a picture of the Senegal football team, an African team, and a picture of some sunglasses or something, a group of sunglasses, and said something like, oh, well, this team must be good at multitasking because I'm sure I saw them at the market the other day. One of them served me at the market the other day. Now, this was seen as racist. What do you think about that, guys? How would he feel if somebody made derogatory anti-Semitic comments about him and his family? How would he feel? Or is it racism gone too much the other way? What do you think? The top of the set. Sorry, Tam, I'm not really sure what you're saying. Yeah, the top of the set I think is wonderful for the ITV. Yeah, I'm with you there, Ollie. I prefer BBC. Okay, so Tam, you've heard what Alan Sugar said today, and you feel he should be fired. Do you? I think what probably made it worse with the Alan Sugar thing is that he then refused to apologise. He said, well, I only told a joke. I don't know what everyone's so upset about. So I'm not apologising because it was a joke. But then within the hour, he had apologised and apologised to anyone that he'd offended. Do you know what I think? I think he's just old school, and I think there probably is a thread of racism in his blood. But I think that's the case with millions of people, I'm afraid. That's how I feel. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be offended by it, because if they were, then they were. And I had this discussion with my daughter earlier, and I was trying to sort of think of a scenario where someone could have said the same sort of thing, like, you know, he's Jewish and they could have said, oh, well, I've just been up to London and, you know, half of Alan Sugar's family were there, you know, because they're all Jewish in the jewellers or something. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult. But having said that, in this day and age, you have to be very careful about what you say. And there were people that pounced on it and demanded a apology, and he wasn't willing to give it. So what are your thoughts on that? The Tam saying he should be sacked. What was the joke? Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, it was all over Twitter. In fact, I think it was on the news as well. He said he was likening the Senegal football players to people who work in Spain or... I mean, I went to Lanzarote once and had my hair plaited on the beach by some African ladies, and I think they do go to a lot of the cities, you know, where the tourists are, because they know that tourists like to have their hair plaited and whatnot, and I think that's what he was talking about, really. But yes, it could be seen as racist. What did you have at McDonald's? Well, we went there because I went to a family fashion show today, and we didn't have time to cook, so on the way back we shot into McDonald's. I don't like McDonald's. To be honest, I do not like McDonald's. But we had to have something to eat, so I got myself, what did I get? A quarter pounder with cheese meal, don't like the chips, and a Coke. But that was some while ago, so this is rather flat, but my throat's a bit tickly, so I thought it's probably better if I sort of sip periodically. So who are we liking? Who do we think is going to get into the bottom or the last 16? Is Spain out? Oh no, because I thought they lost. No, Spain won't be out. Who goes through with against Iran and Spain? Have they got to play Morocco next, I guess? Yes. A Royale with cheese. I think that's what I had. I prefer Burger King, yes. I do prefer Burger King. England are going to get in the last 16. What do you think of the way we played? Were you happy with it? How would we have managed without that Harry Kane in there? I mean, I quite like, you know, these youngsters coming in. I don't know who they are. Most of them, I've heard of Sterling, but the rest of them I haven't really heard of, and I thought they played quite well. But do you know, whenever England play, they score, I mean, or when they have scored, that seems to be the end of their game. They don't try anymore, and that's no good, because the other team can then come along and get another goal. They need to keep trying. What do we think of Gareth Southgate as the manager? Do we like him? I think it's a real shame, actually, that we can't seem to find ourselves a decent manager. I mean, Gareth Southgate, he's only there, like, for the time being, isn't he? I remember back in the day, I think he missed a penalty years ago in an England match, didn't he? Do you remember that year? Was it the World Cup or was it the European? And quite a few of our players missed a penalty. Argentina versus Croatia tomorrow. What do you think of the Argentinian team? I didn't think they were that good. I thought that was one of the most boring games. I didn't get into it at all. What they need is somebody on their team who's going to come running on and start handballing the ball. That's what Argentina need. When are England playing again? I can't remember when they're playing again. Do you know, I just sit there on the edge of my seat, worried sick when England play. And I think most of us do worry about that, don't they? Because we are a bit hit and miss. Oh, hang on. What was that, Rye? Yes, okay. Yeah. Rye's saying that Sugar didn't think before he spoke. I would probably agree. But, you know, his all Messi team, yeah. You know that their burger, he called something different over there in that France is because... Ollie, I thought a Royale was like a chicken one. I thought it was a long one. Why are we talking about McDonald's? We're meant to be talking about the World Cup. Sunday, 1 o'clock, England. Oh, we've got to watch that, haven't we? Oh, my God. I just make sure I've eaten beforehand. Because otherwise I won't feel like eating afterwards. I mean, we do support our team quite well, really, don't we? Who's got flags hanging out of their windows or on their cars? I haven't. The team doesn't like drawing attention to ourselves. He's got the wrong mother. What do we think about this VAR thing? I think it's a good thing, but then I do wonder why they didn't use it on the England match. What was it? You know, what, had they switched it off? I know, 18 million. 18 million watched the England match. And I was one of them. And the team was another one. Yeah, love the English, the football. Who's on tomorrow? Have we got any good ones on tomorrow? What do you think of Gareth Southgate? And who's the coach? Apparently, Gareth Southgate has managed to hurt his shoulder while he was out running. What, was he running on his hands? How could you hurt your shoulder when you're out running? Anyway, he's managed it. Hello and welcome to Jan's News. Jan's News bulletin tonight at 9:56 is about the World Cup. Yay! England got through! How did we manage it? I don't know, but we did. We're all on the edge of our seats. We had one goal for a long, long time, and we thought, oh my God, and as usual, it's like you're waiting for it to cut and then get another goal in and everything. Then they got a penalty, and then we scored again! It was Harry Kane! Yay! That is the end of the news bulletin. Bye. Oh! We're meant to have the news bulletin. Oh, there we go. Oh! There we go. That's a news bulletin about the football. Right, Denmark versus Australia. Oh, God, I think that's going to be a bit boring, isn't it? What do we think about the calibre of the referees? I think they've all been quite good apart from the England one. Bloody Colombian. I just think he didn't like England. That's it, really. Oh, my God, what did he think about the penalty? The one against us? Well, it was a bit of a joke, really. I don't think he did it on purpose. Do you? I mean, when we jump up, we all do that, don't we? I do. If I jump, I go, way! Like that. He didn't know somebody's face was going to get on the end of his elbow, did he? And then, to have our guy, Harry Kane, grappled to the ground and nothing done, is that absolute disgrace? That's fine if you don't want to talk about the World Cup, but it's Jan's world, and I thought tonight we should talk about the World Cup. I'm not going to be on for as long tonight, but I'm trying to sort of stay on track, because otherwise all our live streams are going to be exactly the same. So I think we need to keep focused on one thing. That's all. That's okay. You didn't sound rude at all. Not at all. And I do understand if some people don't like it, but we do get a lot of people watch the live stream later, and I just don't want to turn it into exactly the same every time. I want it to be different. Does that make sense? Does it? Sorry if, you know, there's always going to be a time that you don't like a subject, but, you know, it's still nice of you to come along to my live stream. And I'm sorry if you don't, you know, if it's not your cup of tea. I am sorry. But, you know, I used to play football back in the day. And I'm trying to work out why something's not coming on, but never mind. Never mind. Just don't mess with it, Jan. You know what happens. It'll all go horribly wrong. Hi, Byron. How are you? Nice to see you. Have you been watching the World Cup, Byron? And who are you supporting? Are you conflicted because you come from a different country? Or are you not interested in English football? Or any football for that matter? I've got some friends on here who aren't interested in football, but the midweek one I'm trying to keep on the same subject because other people do watch the live stream, and I don't want them to feel that we just chit-chat about everything instead of what I've said it's about. And today I've said that it's about the World Cup, and that's what I want to stick to. What do you think about the stadiums in Russia? I think they're incredible. What match was it? The match that was on yesterday. The stadium was amazing. It was like 4 tiers high. It was incredible. How do you think Portugal have played? Oh, another one who doesn't like football. Oh. Sorry, guys. I didn't choose very well for you, did I? I am sorry. But I'm trying to, you know, I want the stream to be about different things and not just a random all the time. We can still dance. Still have a bit of fun. What else would you like to talk about then, Tam? Tam wants to mix it up. We've spoken about football. We've spoken about... We've spoken about Lord Sugar. Who calls him Lord Sugar? I don't call him Lord Sugar. Can't be bothered with all that. I've never seen stadiums like it, Tam. I thought the stadiums were amazing. And the fans seem to be good as well. Did somebody say, I read somewhere, I think it was when I was on Twitter, people were saying, oh, could do without this Vuvuzela or whatever it's called on there. Has anybody heard that? I haven't heard it, but I heard someone complaining. So who do we see going through next year? What do we, next in the last 16? What do we think of Brazil? That's fine, Ollie, if you don't want to discuss it. That's fine. What do we think of the new Brazil? Are there any good players on there? Don't feel bad, right? It's just nice for you to show me support, to come along anyway. I do appreciate that, I really do. It's just a shame that there's not a few more people on here to ask questions, to sort of start, you know, build up a discussion with, you know, because there's very few people in here that like football, so I can only sort of be going on what I'm talking about and without having any feedback, which is a shame. And you know, that's what these live streams are all about, really, trying to get you to communicate with us, with me. Poor Brazil. I thought they will have a go against Switzerland. Who did they play? Who was their first match against? Brazil. They weren't able to, you know... Oh, who were they against? They were quite defensive, weren't they, the other team? The thing with Brazil is they've never had a good defence. Never, ever had a good defence. So, you know, it's going to be... I don't know whether that's going to improve over the years. Yeah, I know you like it, Tam, but, you know, nobody else is sort of joining in on the conversation, so it's difficult to sort of, to talk about it, I guess. Because I need to be reminded every so often about what's happened. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the World Cup, so far, and I'm looking forward to the next round. Do I think England are going to do particularly well? They're always hit and miss. Are they going to keep the same team, or are they going to keep bringing on other newbies? I don't know, but thank God for Harry Kane. That's all I can say. He was incredible. But then so was the other team, the guys that were kicking the ball into him and obviously feeding him, because it's like with you know, Ronaldo, you have to be fed the ball all the time. I was disappointed a bit with Germany in that normally the Germans are a really good team, but this time They were good, but their first or their second match, or first match was very difficult for them, wasn't it? They had quite a difficult task. Do you think we're in a tough group? Who are we up against next? You're going to have to write a bit faster. So, I've got a lot to do. So, I think I'm going to call it a night. Because I think I've said everything that I wanted to say about the football. Unless I start looking on here. Thank you, Ollie, for saying you'll stay and watch. That's really sweet of you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Let's just see if we've got any other headlines about the World Cup. I am sticking to this. Okay, someone who's blaming. Luis Suarez makes history for Uruguay. Why is that? I haven't been able to watch a full match. I've actually taped the Portuguese match to watch later because, as I said, we went out. So, but I know the score there. Did it get boring after Ronaldo scored? Because I was still here when he scored. So, yeah. I think Stroke of Fortune. Okay, let's just read the headlines and then I think I'm going to go. Okay? I loved it, Ollie. Thank you very much indeed. Right, so we've got here Iran's ridiculous somersault throw-in attempt. Rafael Guerreiro reveals brutal stud marks and Luis Suarez makes history for Uruguay. Things you missed from day 7 in Russia. Okay, as far as action has gone in Russia so far, day 7 produced more moments of magic than genuine quality. Portugal edged out a spirited. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Edged out a spirited Morocco side early in the day before both Saudi Arabia and Iran fell to 1-0 defeats at the hands of Uruguay and Spain. Okay, so the Saudis lost to Uruguay, I take it. I don't like that Suarez. He goes around biting people, doesn't he? That's not very nice. Acrobatic throw-ins are all the rage, apparently. Who did that then? I missed that one. I haven't had a chance to watch any matches today, but I will watch one after this. Oh, who was that? Who was it? It was the team that we played, and my mind's gone blank now. But who is the team? 100 caps. Who's got 100 caps? Tam, you? I can't stand cheaters in any area of life, and especially in sport, and it irks me beyond belief when these players are cheating. They're pretending to be hurt and they're rolling around in absolute agony pretending that they're hurt. I hate it. And we were cheated in our match as well because of that. It's not fair. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. What do we think of? What do you guys think of Ramos? See, I remember him from last from the last World Cup, and I remember thinking he was a good player. But he's turned really dirty, hasn't he? I don't like that. Yeah, Luis Suarez is a cheat, isn't he? He goes around biting people. He's like he's like the Mike Tyson of football. Oh, I'm not getting Egypt's own goal was 5th of the World Cup, and Carlos Sanchez's 3rd-minute red card was 2nd quickest in tournament history. Did he deserve that red card? I didn't think he did. That's because it was because he handballed it. And apparently Neymar's socks have gaping holes in them. Poor Neymar. He used to be the golden boy, didn't he? But I've gone right off him. He's a bit dirty as well, and he needs to get his hair cut. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed this football chat. I know some of my regulars didn't enjoy it too much because they don't like football. But I hope you guys that have come along and have supported me, have stayed with me, even though I've been rambling about something you don't like. I appreciate that very much, and I will be back on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.